All right, man. So Kyle Rittenhouse, we've all been paying attention to it. We all care. I've been thinking a lot about this, though, a lot. And what struck me is how much the left hates this kid. I mean, this visceral, evil. Let's not even say evil. But this visceral, deep, utter hatred they have for this chubby-faced 17-year-old boy. Well, he's 18 now, but he was 17 when it all happened. And I know the easy answer, but we don't want. I don't think the easy answer covers it. Compare this kid to say there's another kid who shot up a school in Virginia recently. Didn't do a whole lot of damage, and there was it was bullying there. There was this other kid who shot up a school recently, and he didn't even go to jail. All about the same age as Kyle. Now the easy answer is, oh, he's white. Oh, he's white. That doesn't go far enough. There's a bunch of white people the left loves, and there's a bunch of black people they hate. Hello, Clarence Thomas. So that's too easy. It's too pat. But it doesn't describe the utter hatred. I mean when they talk about him, their faces contort. And we all remember when Trump said, "They don't hate me, they hate you," and that's also part of it. I know that's the other thing you're thinking. He represents conservatism. He represents the Second Amendment. They hate all that, but it goes deeper than that, and it strikes kind of deep at the heart of who they are and how they view the world. I think I don't have all the answers, obviously, but this is my opinion. The left views history, which they say they're on the right side of, as this linear, this linear journey upward towards some Shangri-La or utopia that they can't describe or even agree on what it would look like. But they see history moving like that and accelerating. And that's a Marxist belief. Marx kind of had that same thing, historical materialism. That's what it is, this linear movement upwards towards socialist perfection through the different stages of revolution, and they look at modern history, and that's how they see it. They look at the Enlightenment, and then they're like, oh, there's all these steps up, and it's history. We're on the right side of it. This is what's happening. So they have this fatalistic, sense of a liberal manifest destiny to begin with. But the other thing is, you look at these riots that have been going on and the whole Antifa thing, and they think they're powerful, and they think they're scary, and they think their rage is, this weapon, and they think everyone, is running in the face of their righteous indignation, and this little baby-faced 17-year-old kid took 3 of them out in a matter of a minute and a half without trying. And it's not because he was armed and they weren't. 2 of them had guns. Now, he didn't shoot one of the guys with guns. The Zeminski guy, he didn't actually shoot, but that guy had a gun, and he's the one who shot first. And then Grosskreutz had a gun, and he was trying to kill Kyle, and Kyle killed. No one is talking about why this 5-time convicted pedophile identifies with Antifa and the left. No one's trying to figure out why he was their friend, but they did their thing. They unleashed their righteous indignation. They set these fires, and they were rioting, and they were burning, and they were supposed to be terrifying everyone because they're terrorists. And instead, a 17-year-old kid with an AR-15 takes out 3 of them and completely changes the narrative. I mean, the whole thing ends. The Kenosha riots are over. There's not really any more riots after that, as I recall. Don't quote me on that. I might need to check the timeline. But as I recall, that was kind of the end. After that, the summer of rage was over. he ripped this delusion from their eyes that, oh, that we're powerful and we're inevitable. Or Thanos, we are inevitable. And he, but honestly, what he did was he demonstrates the power that still exists in the American man and his rifle, the American rifleman. And Kyle Rittenhouse showed them categorically that they cannot stand up to the American rifleman. And Kyle doesn't have any training. Now, he's got the twitch reflexes of youth, and clearly, the kid has some natural aptitude. But he didn't have any training. He wasn't trained. He wasn't disciplined. The people he was out there with, there was a failure of leadership in that group, that this kid got isolated by himself. Should have never happened. I agree with the people who say that maybe this 17-year-old kid without much training shouldn't have been out there armed. Someone should have said, all right, look, you come here, you're back here, you're not out front. But even in the face of this leadership failure and this tactical mistake they made, he demonstrated unequivocally, undeniably to the left and to the nation at large that a man with a rifle and determination is powerful to the point of being almost unbeatable, obviously within reason, and that just drives them crazy. That just drives them nuts. They want to push this, Joe Biden, you got to have your F-15 and your nuclear missiles to beat the federal government. And Kyle Rittenhouse went out there and demonstrated graphically for everybody that no, you don't. Obviously, he wasn't fighting the federal government, but this was one 17-year-old baby-faced kid with no training and no backup, and nothing. And he took out 3 of them and changed the course of the whole narrative, the dialogue, everything. It all changed at that moment, and that drives them crazy again, because he ripped the delusions from their eyes. They're not powerful. They're not scary. They're not inevitable. And yes, there is still life in the American man, and an American man with his rifle is formidable and has to be accounted for. And the left, from the the bottom of the weirdest little purple-haired fat woman with her mask, all the way up to the media elites, had their worldview shaken, just shaken almost to pieces that night when Kyle Rittenhouse stood up to them and won. Now, if he wins this court case, it's going to be even worse, because they think they own those institutions, and the howling will be deafening. But to me, that's why I think they hate him so much. This is the people, no criminal who's under 18 ever gets charged as an adult. Oh, the poor babies, how dare you execute, this 17-year-old who killed 5 people, until suddenly it's this kid, and then it's, he's a murderer and he should be executed, put him in jail for life. They're not even, pretending to, seeing the irony of them howling for this kid's blood while they support every criminal in the world. Anyway, there you go. They're scared. Kyle rattled their cages. He ripped their delusions away. And he showed that they are vulnerable and they are not inevitable, and they hate him for it. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.